I want to personally thank the dedicated workforce for the loyalty, for the commitment to the plant, to the company, and to our customers.
Tinatayang 250 empleyado ang mawawala ng trabaho. Oras na magsara ang planta ng kumpanyang Ford sa Santa Rosa, Laguna.
Ford Motor Company surprised many by announcing its intention to leave the Philippines manufacturing sector. Ford has a long and prominent history in the nation, so this departure has sparked plenty of curiosity and intrigue. Suspense grew as rumors circulated through the halls of Ford's factory in the Philippines. The company's unexpected departure sparked speculation about the underlying cause. Employees looked uneasily at one another, their hearts racing with excitement. Was there a secret financial catastrophe going on? Or was there some unknown controversy that posed a risk to Ford standing in the public eye? The tension among workers increased as they waited anxiously for an explanation. Ford's decision to depart its manufacturing base in the Philippines has raised questions among the people. Let's see what made Ford leave Philippines. Ford's assembly factory in Santa Rosa, Laguna, Philippines, closed at the end of the year 2012 when manufacturing of the outgoing version of the Ford Escape crossover utility vehicle came to a halt. Later in March 2014, the Ford assembly factory in the Philippines was just bought by Mitsubishi Motors Philippines Corporation. In 1999, the American automaker established a $270 million plant south of Manila with an annual manufacturing capacity of 27,000 cars. Since then, that number has increased to 36,000. The automaker claims in a statement that the facility closure is part of an ongoing effort to streamline regional production and save costs. Imports, mostly from Thailand, will supplant domestic manufacturing. Ford Group Philippines President Randy Krieger says it was a tough decision to shut down the plant and eliminate 250-plus employees. However, they were given a chance to work in other Ford branches outside the country. The corporation looked at every angle and potential, but ultimately decided there wasn't a good enough financial case to continue producing in the future. Ford's exit is likely in part due to changes in consumer preferences and industry competition. There have been major shifts in the previous several years in the Philippine vehicle sector. Due to growing fuel prices and shifting environmental restrictions, consumers' tastes have evolved towards smaller, more fuel-efficient automobiles. Ford has been hurt by the local market's falling demand for big cars like SUVs and pickup trucks, which make up the bulk of their inventory. Ford was hampered in the marketplace because its product offerings did not correspond to consumer tastes. This was Ford's second time suspending production in the Philippines. Manufacturing ceased in the home country in 1984 and didn't get back up again until 1999. Ford started producing the Escort, Cortina, Granada, Laser, Telstar, and Fiera at its assembly factory in Manila, which opened in 1967. The plant first began producing trucks in 1955, starting with the four-door Lynx in 1999. Manufacturing in Manila has expanded to include the Ford Ranger vehicle, the Ford Focus compact car, and the Ford Escape crossover. The Mazda 3 and Tribute vehicles were both produced by Ford. The Escape is the sole Ford model being manufactured after the comeback, and it barely accounts for 10% of sales in the region. According to Ford, it is still the only automaker operating in the Philippines that exports automobiles. The automaker has sent 80,000 cars overseas since 2002, earning $1 billion. The nations of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations are the primary recipients of these automobile exports. The shutdown of the facility would not affect the cost or availability of Ford goods or services in the Philippines. ASEAN President Peter Fleet reportedly said at a press conference, as reported by the Philippine Daily Inquirer, Ford had announced that it would expand its dealership network and release new models by the middle of that decade. That year alone had seen the introduction of the brand new Ford Ranger, Focus, and Mustang, as well as the establishment of 12 brand new Ford stores in strategically important areas around the nation. Fleet is quoted as claiming that the decision to close was entirely commercial and had nothing to do with government difficulties in the Malaya Business Insight. He adds, the size of the local supply base is the biggest issue Ford is facing in trying to bring new investment to the Philippines. It has not reached a critical mass to facilitate easy new investment selections. This prevents Ford from having the necessary 40% ASEAN content in the cars it manufactures and exports. The second problem, according to Fleet, is related to economies of scale. When it comes to assembly, if you look around the world, the way Ford operates, we like to manufacture in scale, the company says. That wouldn't work out very well in the Philippines. Some of our rivals opt to operate differently, Fleet explains, and as a result have just a modest presence in a few areas. Ford has said that they do not plan to run their business or construct their automobiles in such a manner. The necessity to maximize local localization and cost-effectiveness was also a major element in Ford's choice. Investments in infrastructure, supply chain management, and personnel costs are major expenses for manufacturing operations. Ford's decision to leave the Philippines may have been due to the difficulties of being cost-competitive on a large scale in that market. Additionally, it was of concern to have to spend heavily in and form connections with local suppliers in order to localize parts and components. Ford's efforts to maximize cost efficiency and market share in the Philippines were likely hampered by the aforementioned challenges. There was one other reason as well behind the shutdown of Ford in the Philippines: shift in global strategy. A new era toward electric and autonomous cars is occurring in the worldwide automobile sector. To prepare for the future of transportation, the auto industry is investing heavily in R&D in these fields. Ford's withdrawal from the manufacturing business in the Philippines may be part of the company's efforts to realign its worldwide strategy. It's possible that the firm wanted to focus its efforts and resources on areas that are more suited to the creation of electric and driverless cars. Ford's decision to leave the Philippines will let the company to focus on other regions with more robust demand for and support of these new technologies. According to Randy Krieger, president of Ford Group Philippines, a thorough evaluation of opportunities to bring a new product program to the Philippines informed this decision, which is part of Ford's ongoing restructuring of regional manufacturing operations to improve efficiencies and better leverage economies of scale. The biggest challenge we face in attracting new investment to the Philippines is the size of the local supply base, which isn't yet at a scale that makes new investment decisions very straightforward. Fleet said, when introducing a whole new platform into the factory, requiring the purchase of fresh materials and parts, the answer to this issue changes. That's the main problem then, the scarcity of local resources in the Philippines. Krieger said, this is a very difficult decision. The company studied every possible scenario and opportunity, but we could not make a strong enough business case for future manufacturing. Ford said that after considering a number of different possibilities, the company has not been able to find a sustainable path forward to long-term profitability that includes in-country vehicle manufacturing. Over the course of the previous decade, the corporation racked up losses of more than $2 billion, and there was a lack of demand for new automobiles. Krieger said at the time, "We are absolutely committed to an aggressive growth strategy through our national sales company, Ford Group Philippines, which will continue to support our marketing, sales, and service operations moving forward." But things were not meant to be for Ford Group Philippines. Too much happened in a short span of time, and there were little good news for them. Eventually, Ford had to accept reality and decided to shut down its assembly plant in the Philippines. Ford left the Philippines manufacturing business because of changing market needs, cost efficiency issues, global strategy revisions, and regional rivalry. Ford's product portfolio's mismatch with changing customer tastes and the difficulties of cost efficiency and localization undoubtedly impacted the decision. The company's strategy emphasis on new technologies like electric and driverless cars may have led to resource reallocation to more favorable areas. Ford's pullout from the Philippines illustrates the dynamic nature of the automobile business and the necessity for corporations to adjust to changing trends and market circumstances. This was all about Ford's exit from Philippines. Hope you liked this video. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. See you in the next one. Till then, stay safe.